in the family. That needs to go. Don't laugh at my hair in the back. It's flat. Some of these in the back. This was a good idea in my head, and now that I'm doing it, it's like, I can't. Now I don't know where to start. Did not like this book. I don't reread these books. What's that? Oh my gosh. I hate this book. He ended up giving her chlamydia. The only book that I really want to get rid of is this one. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I have some short spicy book recs. At the same time, I'm trying to organize my bookshelves. Today is Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas Eve if I do post it today. I am off today, so my room is a mess. I don't want to show y'all the other side either. I'm also a little like congested. Earlier this morning I went and bought one of those nasal thingies. I forgot what you call it, and it helped. Well, it's better. I also have this bag of books. These are my library books that I just got yesterday, so yeah. These normally go up here. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys how I already have them organized. On this shelf, it's supposed to be just my books by white authors, but it turned into being only my books by white authors that are traditionally published. The top shelf, the second shelf, this white shelf right here was supposed to be all of my BIPOC books that are trad published, and they were supposed to be organized kind of like together. So the first two and then like half of this one were supposed to be black authors, and then starting from here going to the bottom we're going to be a mix of like my Asian authors that I have, Latinx authors. This turned into being just where I put my extra books that I've got and just don't know what to do with them because there's no room. This brown shelf was supposed to be for my indie books, so the top shelf are black indie authors, and then this second shelf going into this one, the rest of them. I want to organize them by which books I've read and which ones I haven't. I thought about keeping my indie together, but now that I'm looking at it, not all of those are even indie books anyway. I have Nisha Sharma in here. She's not, well, yeah, she's not indie published. I'm gonna start first, probably, I guess here, but it's like, do I want to just keep this the same? But you see, here's the issue. This is a series. Well, that I haven't read yet. I've read all that. So this is my only issue. I've read the first two books, not the last two. If you may not be able to see it, but the reason why I have the third book on top is because that's the book I need to read next. But you know what? I think I'm going to separate them anyway. And do I just want to put most of my read books on this one? I think so. Because I want easy access to the books that I haven't read yet. So I think I'm going to focus on putting those on these shelves and shelving most of the books that I have read on here. Just can't use the last one. That's like miscellaneous stuff. School books, French dictionaries, you know, language dictionaries. I think I'm just gonna gather all the books that I have read first and put those to the side while I tell you about the first book. The first book that I have for y'all is On Santa's Lap by Tannen. This came out last year. It is 64 pages, so a very, very, very quick read. I read it, I think 2 days ago or yesterday. I don't remember. It was really good. Oh my gosh, they're dusty. I'm gonna quickly read what Fable said. I've been using Fable. I deleted my Goodreads account about 2 weeks ago maybe, and I started using Fable. I've been using Storygraph as well for probably 3 years, something like that. But I was using Storygraph and Goodreads. I since deleted Goodreads and I started using Fable. And what I like about Fable is that It gives its own summary of the books. Missed chances lead to second opportunities when soulmates collide years later. At first, I was confused because I thought it was saying that it was a second chance romance. And here's the thing about second chance. There's two types of second chance. There's second chance where the characters have been together, they break up, and then they get back together. But then there's also second chance, but not really second chance, more like this one says a second opportunity for them to get together because something happened before they got together the first time. I don't remember their names in here, but we have an FMC and an MMC. Here's the other issue I might run into. I can't put books like that up here. That's why I had them down. But my issue is I'm wondering if I'm only going to be able to fit my white books right here. Like, will I even be able to fit other books? I'll see what it looks like with just what was already here. We have an FMC and an MMC. It takes place at some kind of Christmas party. And it's so short, so I don't want to give too much away. It starts off at a Christmas party. And I'm wondering if I can do two. If I have to, I will. I will put it directly in front because I read them already. There's no need for me to look at them again. It starts at a Christmas party, and the woman who's throwing the party had whoever was going to be playing Santa or dressing up as Santa had to cancel. She decides to hire someone else, hire someone that she knows. This person that she knows apparently also knows one of the girls or one of the women in that woman's friend group. And you know what? Maybe I could put my unread up here. Okay, what have I read? Okay, I haven't read that. I don't know if I will. This is the trilogy by Maureen Johnson. I have the first 3 books, not the 4th. Heard they're good, but I don't know if I want to read them anymore. And our FMC and MMC did know each other in college. They never dated. They meet towards the end, literally about to graduate within like 2 weeks, 1 week. So finals was going on. They never actually get together, but they have this second opportunity. It was really good. My only issue was that it was so short. Like, it's 64 pages, but honestly, I wanted so much more. I'm hoping that she does a second book or like a follow-up novella, something like that. That's it for book 1. I don't want to get into 2 books. I never mentioned it, but I have 3 books to give you. I'm reading a 4th, and depending on when I finish this video, I may go ahead and read some more and give some more recs because I still have like 5 more that I'm planning on reading. But I think once I get to the next section, I'll give you another book. I'm almost done right here. I've read most of these books. Oh, I can't put that like that. Maybe I can stack it like this. Oh no, okay. I don't like that. I have not read Malice yet. As Good as Dead. The last 2 books in the Hush Hush series. The first 3, well, the entire series, but I only have the first 3 of the Truly Devious series. And then In the Family. No, so I'm going to take these completely off. I changed my mind. These 2 can't go like that anyway. I think I'm going to put them up here like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab some more books from this section. I've read most of these, that's why. Do I have enough room to even put them on that shelf anyway? There's a lot of these books I bought because I read them on KU and I love them, so I wanted to buy them physically. These. I read all of that. Yes! I think I know what I'm gonna do. Kiki. No. Yes. That needs to go. Don't laugh at my hair in the back. It's flat. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, I forgot I never finished this book. This was a DNF. I read one of these. I read this one. I'm tired. I'm gonna see how many of these I can stack. Let me show y'all, by the way. This is my stack of books. I just hate mixing those. I guess I'm gonna try and do my small books. That can probably go up here. These tiny books. It's not like I stare at my shelves constantly, so it's like I shouldn't care about how they look necessarily. Put some of these in the back. You know what I mean? I read that. Read this. Okay. Let's see. I just hate knowing that I'm covering some books. Good. Between my indie books that I did not read yet and the books that I took off of this shelf that I didn't read, I'll put on the brown shelf. Let's also get to book 2 in this video. Naughty and Leaked. This is 104 pages. This is actually a continuation of book 1, which is called Leak It. Once you read the book, the title makes so much sense. I loved it. So because the book is so short, I don't necessarily want to get into too much of it. It is polyamorous. So we have a pair of twins, Houston and Harlem. I'm going to kind of explain book 1 as well, so I can kind of set the scene up. Harlem and Houston and Naomi meet on a cruise in book 1. She is there because she's recently divorced. Her husband, of course, did her dirty. They had this cruise already planned. She's gonna go anyway. The problem is she didn't realize that her ex-husband was going as well. She ended up planning her own. He just took someone else in her place. You feel me? And I guess she didn't realize that he would go anyway. They get into a little kerfuffle. One of the twins, I think it's Harlem that we're introduced to first, I could be wrong, ends up saving her. I might be able to still separate these by author. So at the top right now I have my black indie authors. They're not all indie. I think the only one that's not indie is Claire Can, and you can tell by the side of the book. And then these are all trad published. So far, let me show you what it looks like. I have 2, well, technically like 1 and, what is that? A quarter? I don't know. And then I have these 2. Where was I? Harlem, or whichever one of the twins, saves her from more embarrassment. She ends up meeting this other twin of his, Houston, and they share a moment. This moment ends up biting them in the behind, more so Naomi, because she is a woman, and you know, in situations like that, the woman is the one that, you know, gets it the hardest. Now I think these might already be sectioned that way, so I think for these books, because this is the shelf that has the most, I'm going to grab all of the books that I have read off. That's what I'm going to do, because since I didn't put too many books on these 2 shelves, I'm thinking I may have some room here to put those there, and then I might have a little room at the bottom. I don't know, we'll see. So first I'm just going to take all the books that I have read off. I've read this one. Anyway, so it comes back to bite them in the behind, more so Naomi. That's book 1, that's Leak It. So that, you do technically need to read that one first. I'm getting distracted. I'll put that back. Yeah, so you do technically need to read that one first. It's not Christmas themed, but the second one is, and it takes place during the Christmas holidays. This was a good idea in my head, and now that I'm doing it, it's like, I can't. But it's a continuation of the first book. This time it takes place in a cabin where they get stranded because of a snowstorm. This one was good as well. The reason why they even get stranded is because of something that happens in book 1. It has to do with in-laws, and I say in-laws, but they're not married. People not liking such and such, and not liking them all being together, because this is polyamorous. I've read all of these besides Sacrifice, so I'm gonna put that up there. Yeah, so I have 2 copies of Before I Let Go. This is the art copy. The other copy that I had taken down is the finished copy that I was sent, and this is the version that I read. This was actually my first Kennedy Ryan book, It is now not my only book of hers that I've read. I have since read Long Shot, which I really enjoyed. I'm currently reading Block Shot. I took a long break from it. Oh, I didn't even do the top shelf yet. I took a long break from it because I wasn't enjoying it, but I've heard that's normal because a lot of people don't like Block Shot. My library does have the audiobook for it, so I will hopefully finish it before the new year. Okay, so now let me show you what it looks like. So I took a ton of books off my shelves. I have nothing currently on the bottom shelf. I guess what I'm gonna do first, I think I'm gonna take this book off. I have not read it yet, but it's an art copy. I'm most likely, when I do get to it, gonna just read the finished copy from the library. This is why I don't like to sign up for ARCs anymore, especially physical ARCs, because I don't like reading them. And I most likely took this away from someone else who would have been more excited to read the ARC, like physical ARC of this. I think I'm gonna grab all of my black authors that I can see, and I'm gonna stack those up first. So I have The Art of Scandal, Good as Gold. Pretty sure this is a black author. Yeah. And then All the Fighting Parts I'm gonna put at the top. Oops. Here. And then move some of these up. I probably need a hardback to put up there. And again, I think I'm gonna move some of those from that one to here. So I'm gonna move these two because this is a pretty small spot, but these two books are very small too. Again, if I can, I'm gonna keep them, you know, black authors. With black authors, actually have room to fit the rest of the books that I haven't read. I'm missing some. There's one right here where my laptop fell. Oh, A Legend in the Baking. Evil Eye, I have not read yet. Where Sleeping Girls Lie, I have not read yet. The Butterfly series by Ashley Antoinette. Y'all didn't see, but I actually also have Moth to a Flame, but I've read that already. So I'm going to put that up here. Maybe they can all fit. I think they fit. Purr. And then I have these two books as well. So I am going to be able to move over, I think, the rest of them, what I really wanted. Oh, that's sad. This is going to be the only book by a black author that is going to be on a separate shelf. Now, I do have this one that I took out. This was an art copy that I got because I'm a part of the HTP book influencer program. Again, I probably took this away from someone else who would have really wanted to read the art copy. But that's why I actually don't even sign up for them anymore. Oh, I'm forgetting a book. But that's why I actually don't sign up for physical ARCs anymore, because I don't read them like that anymore. They actually all fit. Wow, so this is every single book that I have not read yet. Now, I also have this one, Black Enough. I have a couple of tabs. I never finished it. I just don't know if I want it anymore. The only books, again, that I have not read or just did not finish that are not going to be on here, all of my ARCs. So these two I have not read yet. Only physical ARC that I actually did read was this one by Kaylin Barron, Sleep Like Death. I tabbed the heck out of it because I really did enjoy it. I did not read this one either, but this one is honestly for decoration. So I think I'm just going to put it, I don't know, I might be able to put it somewhere else. Now I don't know where to start. I think I'm going to put all of the ARCs separately. Did not like this book. Just all the ARCs together, because that's now just going to be for decoration. That's not going to fit, so that's going to have to go up there somewhere. Again, I don't care if I double stack these because I'm not like, I don't reread these books. So that's also why I don't really buy books anymore either, because I'm not rereading them. Love this book though. Not a fan of this. I just hate knowing that I tabbed it and it's like I don't want it anymore. So what do I do with the tabs? Throw them away? Put them back somewhere? I don't know. Loved this book. I tabbed the heck out of this one too. Might come back right here and reorganize because I don't like how that looks. Or maybe I can take out all of my black authors and put them on this one. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my black authors on this side and see which ones fit and which ones don't. This is all my Tiffany D. Jackson. I've read all of these. The only Tiffany D. Jackson that I have not read that I own is the Carrie one, The Weight of Blood. What's that? Okay, light smoke. Moth to a Flame that I own. It's not tabbed because this is one of those that I just bought separately. I loved it. Oh my gosh. I hate this book. I hate this book. I gave it a 2-star or a 1-star. This is probably one of my least favorite books of the year. There's one at the bottom. I wanted to love this book so much more than I did. 2 of my favorite YA romances. Did not like this one either. I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. I guess that's how I can shelve them. This was also my first book of Kaylin Barron and my least favorite. I lied. This is actually, I think, my favorite YA romance. Right now, I'm separating my black books from there. I have 14 minutes left on this SD card. No. I'm going to also talk to you guys about the last book that I have read. This one is called Ho Ho Ho. It's 55 pages. It's by Rosie Adams. I love Rosie Adams. She's like one of my go-tos for short, spicy books that like a palate cleanser. She just released a new book yesterday. I think it's called Home for the Holidays, Welcome Home, something home. Home for Christmas, I think is what it's called. I was gonna read that, but then because it's so new, they don't have the book on Fable. I filled out the little card or whatever for them to put it on there, but I don't want to read that right now if I can't mark that I'm reading it. Instead, I read this one. This is on Kindle Unlimited. It's the shortest book on here. I have a woman named Mila, so this is the story with Mila and JB. Mila, oh, okay. What am I going to be putting up here? Maybe I can put my arcs. Mila was married. She's divorced now. And it starts off, she is at this pub, this bar, and she's chatting it up with this bartender. He's not really a bartender, but we find out the situation later on. Again, it's only 55 pages, okay? Yeah, and they're chatting it up, and she's telling him that she's really only been with her husband at the time. He ended up giving her chlamydia. Okay, is that the clap? Clap? Something like that? That might be what that's called. I didn't really pay the biggest attention in sex ed. She doesn't have it anymore. They're now divorced, rightfully so. But she's talking with this bartender named JB, and she's like, her plan is to sleep with a bunch of different men just to do it because she was a virgin because she wanted to wait for marriage. But then look what happened. You know what I mean? And the guy that she's talking with ends up calling it like Operation Reindeer something because the men are gonna all be different and whatever. So this is Christmas. This is Christmas like a year ago. The next chapter, they end up running into each other the following year. So nothing came out of that situation. They meet up, well, they run into each other, and he wants her to tell him about all of her, like, did you achieve Operation Reindeer, whatever. And she's like, yes, I'm missing one, like the main one. We know what that means. And this isn't perfect. I'm gonna fix it up some more, but this is good for now. I really wasn't expecting these books to actually fit. They go have like coffee, whatever, so that they can go over these books, so that she can detail him all of, you know, the experiences that she had. And what I really loved about this book was that it wasn't just a book set around Christmas time, right? Like Christmas is coming up, whatever. She actually incorporated Santa's reindeers into the mix, and that played a part in the plot, which I really loved. I'm done for the most part, but that also means I also have nothing on here. So yeah, that was the shortest book. It's the last book that I finished, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a good quick little palette cleanser if you need. Here's the culprit that fell. And then I have a bunch of these types of things. Like when I was getting books, you know, they send different things. I keep them. And then I have my box of tabs. Oh, I missed a book. The Eyes Are the Best Part. I read that. Oh, this was also sent to me, but it's not an ARC. It's actually a finished copy. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. The top is very bare. I get it. Very bare. I have my double shelves. I don't mind that. I think, again, at some point, I'm most likely going to organize it better. Here's my white shelves. These are every single book that I have not read yet. Every single one. Everything else I've read. Of course, with the exception of the ARCs that I pulled out. I was able to separate my black authors, so I have them up here. All of this row as well. Oh, the second row. This third row, the only black author that I had to separate was Rachel Runya Katz. So then the rest of my BIPOC are right here. And then In the Family is the first of my white authors in the bottom shelf. So then we have my last shelf. I was able to put all of my black authors that I have read right here, that I own. My top shelf are kind of like the books that I love. I have my second shelf, and then I kept separately the books that I wasn't a huge fan of. And then I do have a bottom shelf, but I keep like my devotionals back there and stuff. I have nothing currently on that white case, whatever that is. On my own time, I'm going to separate my library books and put those at the top because it's time to take them out. I do have a book up here that I did read. I do have Honey and Spice, so that will go on this shelf as well. I think I can fit it at the top. I have it out because it's in a YouTube video and I just haven't gotten to it yet to talk about it, but I have finished reading it, so it'll go at the top. These are the books I don't think I want anymore with a vengeance. Again, just look it up on TikTok or YouTube, Instagram. I'm sure people have talked about the situation. Oh, this is mine. I only bought this because it's in French, so I'll get to it, so I can put that right here. My sister, wasn't a huge fan of it, but you know what, I did keep some books that I wasn't a fan of, so I'll keep it. Black Enough, I just never finished it. I most likely won't finish it, but you know what, I'm gonna keep it anyway. The only book that I really want to get rid of is this one. I tabbed it a bunch, and I didn't even like the book that much, but I digress. I have these books. Again, another French book, another French book. Kind of like a French dictionary-ish thing. This is a local author. I forgot her name. Oh, Chantel Zenon. And then this was an author who was in Barnes & Noble, who was doing some kind of a signing, I believe, last year. And I got this. And then I have Hocus Pocus, which I have not read, but that's honestly for decoration. And I have little like book things that just go on my shelf. Let me switch that. Okay, I've used almost all the space on my SD card, so it's time for me to wrap it up. I love the way my books look because now they're not just stacked all willy-nilly. Oh, I never told you what I'm reading. So I'm currently reading Christmas with Kris Kringle by Keisha Thompson. because I'm already closing out this video, I most likely will not come back with more recs, but maybe I'll just put them up, some more books that I was going to read to talk about, but because I decided to make this kind of video and also reorganize, there's no need to do it separately, so I did it together. These were the other books that I was going to read. I most likely now won't read them because I was reading them specifically for this video. But yes, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you reached the end of this video, because I've been yapping, comment down below a Christmas tree or emoji, or a Santa Claus, just a Christmas themed emoji. The Santa Claus, the Christmas tree, a green heart, because green is like the main color. And I will see you guys next week. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you guys have a great Christmas. If not, just happy holidays. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye.